Mijatovic. I'm a representative for freedom of the media within the OSCE. It's the only intergovernmental media watchdog in the world, and we are based in Vienna, but we are responsible for all 56 member states of the OSCE. The role of the organization, as I said, is very unique. It's very important for media freedoms of all the countries. We have a possibility to monitor the situation when it comes to media freedom. We also have possibility for the mechanism that is called early warning. So if we see that there is something problematic in certain countries, we can act. We are also responsible for the legal analysis and the assessments of media situations in all of these countries, and we pay attention to protection of journalists, that the journalists are not imprisoned because of their work, which is extremely important for media freedoms for any country in the world. And one of the tasks we are developing at the moment is Internet and the new technologies by protecting free flow of information. So there are many problems, but not in Caucasus. There are problems in the Balkans. There are many countries with very problematic issues when it comes to media freedom laws. But there are also, countries with the progress. It's also possible to see the progress in many of those countries. And each time, when we see progress, we also welcome it. But when we see problems, we also say it loudly, especially when it comes to freedom of the journalists and freedom for the journalists to do their work freely without any problems. The problems are mainly defamation, that is a criminal offense, which is a big problem. And Armenia is doing some really good steps. The Armenian government is trying to decriminalize defamation, so the journalists cannot go to a prison for the work. And in my view, and I repeat it always, if the journalists are afraid for their lives, and if they cannot exercise their job freely, then we do not live in a free society. So that's one of the issues that is extremely important for the work of Freedom of the Media Office. And the problems are, as I noted, suppression of free word, suppression of free speech by licensing channels without transparent and open procedures, and many issues that the office is paying attention to, and also independence of the regulators, all these factors that are in a way making an impact to the freedom of the media. It can have huge and great benefits that can influence the society positively in many ways. It can be of the great benefit for any society, but if it is not done in a proper way, and when I say not proper way, then I mean suppression and restrictions on free speech, then it can be very problematic. And unfortunately, there are some parts of the world that the governments are trying to restrict freedom of the media by blocking the websites, restricting the content on a website, which is not a good practice, and my office will pay huge attention to these issues, and we will raise the awareness among the governments, different countries, not to do this.